Does science need democracy? No. Thank you for coming to my 3-second lecture. Look, most of the scientists that occupy our imagination, Newton, Darwin, Einstein, Antoine Lavoisier, Louis Pasteur of pasteurization, they did not live in democracies. So the historical answer to the question, does science need democracy, is an emphatic no. But today we're generally so convinced that science has some sort of regime dependency that is specifically democracy, that the emphatic no may come as a bit of a shock. Why do we think this way, setting aside all the propaganda associating science with Western and even American democracy that has its roots in the Cold War, something that Audre Wolfe has written about? There is one feature of our democracy's commitment to science that merits our attention, and that is autonomy. Since Vannevar Bush's Science, the Endless Frontier from 1945, the United States has had at least a nominal commitment to keep scientists free and at universities. This was in effect about granting science a level of trust and autonomy that's not typical of other public institutions. It was both a policy that transcended any election cycle and in essence unrelated to democracy or the rule of law. And this autonomy wasn't like you go do whatever in your corner, but also a generous dedication of public resources to scientific research that made both individual scientists and the communities of scientists as a whole function more or less autonomously, accountable mostly to other scientists. Even something as political as federal research funding has traditionally been overseen by boards of scientists. Today, those who think that science and expertise are under threat are not necessarily thinking about democracy as such, but about the intellectual autonomy of the scientists, both as individuals and as a group. So it's certain, perhaps unreasonable demands of accountability, unrealistic understandings of public good, or inflated expectations about public impact that threaten science. Thank you.